What if you could learn from your fears and become unstoppable? Hey friends, this is Ken and I make content that helps us make life moves. Today, I want to share with you the lessons fear teaches, and if you put these into practice, you will find that you will be freer and you will have more in your life than you ever expected. Come on, let's go make some life moves. Life Moves is about achieving and becoming everything that you were designed to achieve and become. So today, I want you to know that our approach to fear has been, by and large, the wrong way to approach fear. You know, fear, that emotion that helps us to recognize when there's danger around or helps us to recognize when we might be in trouble. Well, guess what? In your adult life, there's not really a whole lot that you're facing that's going to hurt you or that's going to cause harm to you bodily. Not generally on a daily basis. And so most of the fear we face is unfounded, and it's something that's on the inside of us that in many ways is holding us back. Unfortunately, what happens for many of us is that we end up giving fear control over the areas of our lives that we shouldn't be giving fear control over. Think about those times where you had a conversation with a friend that you needed to have. They loved you, they cared about you, but you were afraid to be honest with them. Why? Because you were concerned about what they were going to think. But you're concerned about what someone who loves you is going to think. And so that unfounded fear creates a lack of conversation, creates a stretched out conversation. And for many of us, it puts us in a position where we never even have the conversation. So the real question is, how can we use our fears to help us in the adult phase of our life? Here are a few things that I've learned that fear can do for us. And if we could put these things into practice, I think that we'll all find ourselves in a different place, succeeding, or at least gaining and growing in ways that we never have before. One of the first things I learned from fear when I really started to embrace this idea that it's okay to have fear, I learned that fear lets me know when I'm growing. What's really neat about it is the reason in many ways that I'm uncomfortable in new situations is because it's something that is outside of my norm. And I'm stepping into realms that I've never stepped before. That fear and that discomfort reminds me, oh, this is someplace that you've never been before. But it's okay because you're growing into this new space and you're not stuck in the same places that you've been for so long. It's the idea that I now am doing something different. I'm taking on new challenges. I'm stepping into places that I perhaps have never thought were a place where I could hang out before. I'm doing things that didn't make sense for me 5 years ago, but now I'm brave enough to step up and to step out of my comfort zone and to try something new. So fear is letting me know, hey, Ken, you're growing, you're trying new things, and it's okay to have this discomfort because you've never been here before. So you should feel a little bit uneasy because this place, this thing, these opportunities are extremely new. So don't worry about the discomfort, just keep moving forward because this is a new realm for you. You're growing, and growing is good. I remember the first time I was starting to make YouTube videos. And so I've spent almost 30 years teaching. I do videos every single morning live when I'm praying with members from the church. I preach every single Sunday. I teach all the time. But this new realm of YouTube, guess what? First time, heart racing, sweating, mouth wouldn't move right. I had to do all kinds of things just to calm down because this was something new. But guess what? It also reminded me you're doing something completely new, something you've never done before. So that's to be celebrated. And so I embraced that fear, stepped out, and here we are a month in and a few subscribers and a few views. And guess what? It's going great. What you have to do is remind yourself the new place that you're stepping into, you are choosing to be there. It's where you actually want to be. And so the discomfort is something that you can embrace and something that you can feel very confident in because you already have the skills to be where you are. And so use it use the fear, use the discomfort, use the irrational emotion that you're feeling right now in that new realm to propel you and to remind you that it's okay, because this is new. This is you stretching out. This is you stepping outside of your comfort zone. This is you trying to be different, and it's you growing into the new you that you already desire to be. The second thing that I've really learned about fear and learned from fear is that fear lets me know I have to make a decision. And so here's what I understand. It's really interesting, and I really want you to get this, because what I've discovered is that when I analyze and assess why am I in the space where I am, once I understand that fear is the reason that is causing me to be here, then I'm positioned to make a move. And so that move becomes either stay where you are or do something different. And so fear forces me to make a decision. Either decision is fine. I can either stay where I am or I can move to a different thing, but at least I'm making a decision, a conscious decision that I do want something different or I don't want something different. If you don't want to be here, then you have to do something different. May have to bring in someone who can help me out, may have to bring someone to walk me through steps of change, or I may just have to say, you know what? I'm just going to stay here because this is where I want to be. All right, here's the third thing, and here's what you need to know. Fear helps me to upgrade my game. All right, so have you ever been in a situation where you're like, okay, I'm stepping into a new situation. I don't want to be the one who's messing up. That is fear pushing you to be better. It's fear telling you, hey, you know what? There is a potential that you could be the weakest link in this situation. So since you don't want to be the weakest link, you better upgrade your game. And so when I've been in those situations, it forces me to make sure that I've spell checked everything. It forces me to make sure that I bring my power chords when I'm stepping into a presentation. It forces me to make sure that all the technology works, that everything looks nice and neat. It forces me to dot the I's and cross the T's. It forces me to double, triple, quadruple check, because I want to make sure that I'm showing excellence, that I'm presenting my best side, that I'm putting forth my best effort, so that when I step out in front of other folk, my shoes are shined, I'm not wrinkly, I have matching clothes on, and the boogers are out of my nose. Fear is helping me to put my best foot forward. In other words, it keeps me on my toes. Look, what I've learned is that fear can be a powerful teaching tool. It can be a great motivator, and it can be something that actually helps us in our adult life. I have decided that I'm going to use fear to move me forward. I'm going to use fear to help me to stay on my grind. I'm going to use fear to help me make powerful decisions, so that 6 months down the line, I'm in a whole new world than what I ever thought I potentially even could have been. And I'm suggesting that if you use fear in the same way, use fear to teach you, use fear to help you, use fear to move you, then your world could be completely different than where you are right now. Hey folks, that's all I have for you today. It's time to make those life moves. So let's make life moves, because life really moves. And if this is your first time, again, I am so glad that you're here. Hey, make sure you like and subscribe, join in the group, and let's grow together. Here's my question for all of you. What is that fear that you have that's holding you back right now, that you really are trying to overcome? Share it in the chat. I'd love to reach out to you, and I'd love to talk to you about those particular issues that you're facing right now, because we grow as a group. So let's grow together. Let's make life moves, because life really moves. Remember that you are in the right place at the right time to be everything that you were designed to be. So let's make life moves together.